Hello, good morning. Welcome to our weekly webinar. My name is Blaine Wright. I'm an acquisition executive for Motels to Apartments. Just wanted to welcome you. Hope everybody is having a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. So we're just going to get into our webinar here to just kind of let everyone know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Areas that we're looking for, things that we're looking for. Indicators that we look for, and when we look for or address a property that might be a good fit for what we do. So what I'm going to do here is going to share my screen, and we're going to kind of go through our buy box and what we do. Okay, so this is our basic overview for our buy box and what we're looking for, and we're actually have our own brand called Park Rise that we're working towards bringing our first one online down in South Texas. Probably middle of next year is probably what it's looking like. So just going to go over what we're looking for in our buy box. So target markets, Texas, Arizona. I'm actually based in the Phoenix metro area. So it makes sense since a couple of us are based in the Arizona area that we would look at Arizona. We're here, boots on the ground, and we've also done a couple of deals in Texas. Currently, we've got a deal that we're under construction on in Brownsville, Texas. So that South Texas corridor, we'd be interested in that area, as well as major metros, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and then maybe some secondary places, college towns like maybe San Marcos, Texas, or College Station might be areas that we'd be interested in depending on the deal. And then other parts of the Southeast includes the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, and then the Florida is a great market. So major metros in Florida: Miami, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Jacksonville, and then also in Georgia and Atlanta, in the Atlanta metro area, we definitely would look at something there as well. Okay, so just kind of an overview of what we look for in a property. So age, we like 80s or newer, and that just eliminates the asbestos remediation process, which can take time. I mean, it could take 30 days to get asbestos remediation done on a property, maybe more depending on the situation. So that's why we like 80s or newer. That's our preference, not a total deal killer. But the numbers just have to work if we have to put in the asbestos remediation. Room size, so 300 square feet. And I always get this question, so I'll answer it. Why 300 square feet? Because we put kitchenettes in the units. And we have found that anything smaller than 300 square feet is very difficult to get a kitchen into. And then once you get the kitchen into, is very tight quarters. And so we want it to be functional enough for someone to be able to stay there long term, for a long-term stay. And so we found that minimum 300 square feet that will work. Ideally, we would love it to be 350 to 400 square feet. If 400 square feet to 500 square feet is actually a home run for us. That's ideally what we would like. We also know that those properties are fewer and far between, obviously. And then amenities. So especially when we're looking in Sunbelt states, a pool is a definite plus in some outdoor areas, whether that's maybe like somewhere where you could have a picnic, a ramada, things of that nature. Definitely a positive. Also, a workout room or potential for a workout room, and then meeting rooms. Maybe businesses can come in and hold meetings, or flexible like workspace area for someone who's maybe telecommuting for work or whatnot. And then room count, we put 100 unit minimum. And the reason for that, number one is we are the cost to do sub 100, like 80 units versus the cost of doing like 100 units. The cost difference isn't that great. And we would rather have more units. So 100 is definitely where we want to be. Now, would we look at something that's, 85, 90 units, something like that? Yeah, we would if the price was right and the numbers worked for sure. And then room type, we're flexible. Obviously, if you have a property that already has kitchenettes in it, we've looked at, we actually bought in Northern Arizona a couple years ago, a Studio 6 that already had kitchens in place. So that was, very beneficial. Made the remodel much easier. It's what I call cut and paste. You're taking out older items, older cabinets, and things of that nature, and you're just putting them back in. You're not having to do run electrical, run plumbing, things of that nature that costs time and money. And then building height, I would say probably 4 stories, no more than that. If you're getting anything higher than that, you're probably more like a high rise. You're in a super urban area, and that's just very different from what we do. And then we also like working with the independent hotelier. Those properties are much easier to acquire. There's no liquidated damages. Liquidated damages, or what we call LDs in the business, it can be upwards of $500,000, maybe more depending on the brand. And then obviously some brands, will fight you with litigation if you try to end a franchise agreement early. So it can be a kind of a headache, not a deal killer or anything like that. Could be deal killer if depending on the numbers, but we're willing to work with a branded, but prefer definitely the independent hotelier with assets. Okay, so location preferences. These are just kind of things that we look for. We look for healthcare. We look for education. We look for retail opportunities as well. So those are things that we look for within a 5-mile radius. And because of that, the reason for that really is the people who are coming here, or they're using flexible living for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's, they're coming here to stay, maybe they're building a house, or maybe, they're traveling for work, hey, you're a traveling nurse, or maybe you're in the construction field and you're somewhere for 90 to 100 days, something like that. So, and then education, our units were great for college students as well, for student housing. And so that's something else that we look for, that could be, a cherry on top for what we're doing. And then retail, obviously we look for major retailers. Where major retailers are, that means people, and people need places to stay, places to live. So, and they've done all the homework for you. So, if Target or Walmart, something like that's across the street, then you're in the right spot. And then one other thing that we try to look for is public transportation, access, within walking distance is preferable. Buses, maybe light rail, would be very helpful, a positive for sure. And then, I just talked about, major retailers, such as Costco, Trader Joe's, Sam's Club, Target. They've done all of the legwork as far as making sure there's people in an area as far as retail is concerned. And then obviously it would be a bonus if we're within 5 miles of a major airport. I think within 20-minute drive of a major airport, I think would be helpful for those who are, maybe traveling and need a place to stay long term. Okay, so I just talked about proximity. So now we're talking about those requirements. So we want to be 1 to 5 miles within hospitals, university if possible, shopping, retail, medical plaza. Medical plaza means jobs. Medical plaza also means healthcare. Industrial complex, obviously jobs as well. and business complex, again, jobs, and then public transportation, which we just talked about, within 1 to 2 miles, and then major retailers, Costco, Target, Walmart, 1 to 5 miles. And if they're, the major retailer, public transportation, and the medical, of all those things within 1 to 5 miles, that means it's a good population, means there's people, that means there's more than likely a need for what we offer. Okay, so acquisition. So the biggest thing is, trying to get the terms that work for both parties. Obviously, we're about a win-win transaction. We can do cash, steeply discounted. Closing, basically cash for keys. That's something we can do as well, but it has to be a very discounted deal for us to do something like that. Seller financing. So out of all of our acquisitions, seller financing has been the number one tool that we use. And the reason for that is we can create our own terms, number one. Number two, a lot of times the seller can have some skin in the game and actually make a little bit more money on a cash basis. If the deal is structured right, they could actually maybe make more money. And it's faster and a lot of times easier than doing what I'm going to talk about next, which is bank financing. Now, with the bank, there's lots of hurdles. You're not in control. There's underwriting, there's appraisals, there's stipulations with the bank. The due diligence has to be much longer. And then the escrow would also have to be much longer as well. Not that we couldn't do that, but a seller would have to be pretty patient if we went that route, just because we're not in control of the timetable at that point. And then also something that we're talking to a group in Texas about possibly joint venturing on a couple different properties. Co-GP, co-general partner. We can brand and operate, bring cash to the table to renovate and update the property and create a win-win transaction that way. That's something we're open to working with maybe the hoteler that maybe needs to do some add value to the property, and maybe they just don't have the cash in hand to be able to do the pips that they need, to make it a property that's desirable and to bring it up to date or current standards for the marketplace. Okay. So our approach, basically, our number one thing, we identify potential properties that meet our criteria in our target market. So we're always searching, and we evaluate the condition, location, and then does it have redevelopment potential? I get sent deals a lot of times that are already remodeled, which is great. It's a beautiful property, but it doesn't fit the buy box for what we do. We look for the add value element to a property, and then we negotiate terms and we start the transformation of the property, and we convert it into a modern, flexible living apartment type complex, and that's what it'll look like when we're done. Okay, so if you want to contact us, there's my phone. That's my direct line. Is actually my cell phone, 623-695-0940. Our email is info@motelsapartments.com, and our website, motelsapartments.com. Again, feel free to reach out, send me a text, feel free to give me a phone call, check out our website. And then we also have our Park Rise brand as well. You can check that out. Maybe for a fit. So if you're a broker, an owner, maybe we could be a fit for what you're looking for. And so you can reach out to us at any time. So with that, that is it for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Everybody stay safe. And we will talk to you soon. Feel free to reach out with any questions in regards to our buy box and what we're looking for. If you have a property, feel free to reach out to us. And if it doesn't fit 100% of the guidelines that I've laid out, that's okay. Go ahead and send it anyway. Even if it might be not in our marketplace, we could at least maybe give you some feedback, or maybe it's a market we want to be in. You never know. So however, everybody has a great day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.
Welcome to your new home in McAllen, Texas.
This place used to be totally different. We took 29 motel rooms that were dated. Remember, these were built in the 50s, and we turned them around. We gutted these down to the studs. We replaced the electrical. We replaced the plumbing. We even added gas lines. And now we have a beautiful 29-unit multifamily asset. So bear with me, there's a lot that we're packaging into this one offer for the resident. In this motel to apartment conversion, we have sewer, water, trash, electric, internet, washer, dryer, dishwasher, microwave, oven, stove, all included for just one monthly fee.
Y no se preocupe, nosotros hablamos español. Go ahead and go to studiosonfourth.com, check out the floor plans that we have available, and submit your information. And just a friendly reminder, we have everything included: sewer, water, trash, electric, utilities, even fiber, high-speed internet. Submit your info and we'll get back to you. Welcome home.